Starting with Oxygen version 23.0, you can edit JSON documents in the Author Visual Editing mode. This video demonstration is meant to provide an overview of the visual editing features that are now supported. I will start by using one of the JSON files from the Samples project. Note that a framework is provided in Oxygen that includes CSS files designed to render this type of document in the visual editing mode. You can see that I am able to switch to author mode, where I can edit the document in a user-friendly what you see is what you get type of interface. You can even use form controls to really make it easy to input data. And when I save the document or switch back to text mode, it automatically serializes the content in proper JSON format. It is also possible to create your own custom JSON frameworks and present them differently depending on the content, as we have done with this document. You can also edit JSON schema documents in author mode. Again, I'm using a document that can be found in the Samples project, and I'll switch to author mode, make some small modifications, and it even has some links to help me navigate to various parts of the schema. You can also edit Open API documents in the visual editing mode. This is another document from the Samples folder, and it is part of a special framework that renders this particular type of document in author mode. Oxygen also includes a built-in framework for rendering any type of JSON document. I'll use another sample file that is basically a list of books. And if I switch to author mode, you see that my document has a generic default rendering. If a JSON schema is associated with the document, that schema will be used for content completion and validation. You can see that the content completion window proposes properties and values that can be inserted in a certain context. Validation errors are automatically presented in the editor. And I can also use the Validate Toolbar button to see the errors in the results pane at the bottom of the editor. Oxygen also supports XPath expressions to find properties or values in the visual editing mode. I can enter XPath queries using the XPath toolbar. You see that the results are highlighted in the editor and in the results pane. Or I can do the same thing using the XPath Builder side view. I mentioned earlier that you can create your own custom JSON framework. For example, you could add a rule to match the JSON as the root local name, or add a rule to match the properties from the first level of the JSON document, or add a rule to match the associated schema. Feel free to try the JSON visual editing support using your own documents or any of the samples that are provided in Oxygen. This concludes the demonstration, and as always, thank you for watching.